DSLR FILM NOOB.
Hello, this is Devin with DSLR FILM NOOB, and today we're talking about the Azden SGM-250 and 250p. First difference you're going to notice is that the 250p is actually shorter and requires phantom power to operate. Not that the other 250 doesn't require phantom power, but it does have a battery compartment so that you can provide power there instead of through phantom. Now, as with most shotgun mics you buy, you'll find the typical windscreen, which does all right in light wind, as well as a high pass filter for removing some vibrations from your boom pole or your mount. I wasn't super happy with the mounts that these mics come with because while at first glance they do seem to do the job of reducing vibrations going into the microphone, I had mine mounted sideways on my rig for a while, and it already stretched the rubber in a weird way, so now my mount is kind of lopsided because of it. Also, I was really surprised to find that there's no quarter 20 in the bottom of the mount, which would have come in real handy on the last shoot I was on where we had a problem with the boom pole and we are going to use a light stand to stand in. But if you have nothing else, the mount does work. Now, the Azden 250 is actually pretty light. All things considered, it is a full metal construction, and they advertise gold-plated XLRs on the back, though I'm not sure if that's totally necessary. At first, what feels like a premium finish, after about a week of my abuse, a lot of the black paint started to peel off and started to get chipped away at. Something I didn't see with a Rode or Shure Sennheiser microphone, which is a little disappointing because at the price point, these are supposed to be somewhat entry level into premium shotgun microphones. So a lot of people would compare these microphones to the Rode NTG2. And that's a fair assessment to make because to my ears, they're almost identical. There's such a slight difference that once you reach the edit bay, you really won't notice the difference unless you're listening side by side. And to me, that's a good thing. So at the end of the day, then, considering NTG2 and the 250s are priced so closely, why would you pick one over the other? Well, first off, the NTG2 usually doesn't come with any kind of shock mount. Even though these aren't fantastic, they're at least a starting point. Secondly, the 250 has a low battery indicator, which the NTG doesn't, as well as because it has a switching between battery and phantom power, you can actually turn the mic off without removing the battery. I also found it a lot easier to flip the low cut filter on and off. Other than that, I'd say the build quality is just about on par, and both companies offer a 10-year warranty. I'll go ahead and post below a sound test that Azden did across many different microphones, and you can decide exactly which mic you think sounds better. But in all of my blind tests, there was such a slight difference for mics that are so closely priced that, to me, I'd say it's irrelevant. I'd rather look at the features and what you get in the packaging than exactly what it sounds like. I think what an important sound test would be is to show you the difference between something like a Videomic Pro versus one of these guys. Because this is a perfect stepping stone if you want to upgrade your audio gear after you've been running around with a Rode Videomic for a while. Now for fun, we're going to do a quick audio test between the Azden that we've been talking about, as well as a Rode Videomic, which runs about 150, and a Sennheiser MKH 416, which goes for $1,000, and typically is considered the standard for most ENG work. And now we'll do a quick audio test between the Azden and a Sennheiser MK416. Now, the MK416 does come in at $1,000, so you should suspect that it should sound a bit better, but does it sound $700 better than the Azden? And now we'll do a quick audio test between the Azden and a Sennheiser MK416. Now, the MK416 does come in at $1,000, so you should suspect that it should sound a bit better, but does it sound $700 better than the Azden? I've got both of these mics running off of phantom power, which most can tell you is the best way to get good audio out of your shotgun microphone, though the Azden does seem to perform pretty well when it's under battery power. Now just for fun, I've got both the Sennheiser and the Azden 90 degrees out of phase to see how well they reject the surrounding area. Now the Sennheiser is a bit longer, so it's probably going to perform better in this kind of test. And now you're listening to a quick audio test between the Azden and a basic Rode Videomic, a mic that is $100 cheaper. To my ears, I think it's well worth the extra $100 to get an Azden 250 than the Rode Videomic or other cheaper plastic microphones. And now you're listening to a quick audio test between the Azden and a basic Rode Videomic, a mic that is $100 cheaper. To my ears, I think it's well worth the extra $100 to get an Azden 250 than the Rode Videomic or other cheaper plastic microphones. Both of the mics are a foot away, and I think you'll be able to tell that the Azden produces a lot more bass, as well as some nice clarity in the higher end that you won't get out of cheaper shotgun mics. As with the Sennheiser, I'm testing both of these mics 90 degrees out of phase with the sound source to see how well they reject sounds coming from anything but directly in front of the microphone. All in all, a really solid package that only costs $250 if you prefer the model with the battery, so you don't always need phantom power, or even $230 if you've already got phantom power for your audio gear. And that's what I think of the Azden 250. If you want to see more reviews like this of filmmaking gear and audio, check out DSLRFilmNoob.com.